Hi, I'm Tim Williams of Dwyer Williams Potter Injury Accident Attorneys. I'm the lead litigation attorney for the firm. Every so often I get a client in my office who's fallen or been involved in a car crash, and they come to me with a shoulder separation. In other words, the doctor has said, you didn't dislocate your shoulder, but you separated it. And they want to know, well, what's that about and what's that worth? Let me explain what it's about. Here we have a model of the shoulder. This is your collarbone, so this is in the front. Your head would be right here. This is your shoulder blade. If you can imagine, your ribs are right here, underneath your collarbone and in front of your shoulder blade. And this is your arm bone coming up. And this is the joint we're talking about. So a client comes to me with a shoulder separation. They ask, well, what is a shoulder separation? Well, it's pretty easy. It's where the bone of the arm, which is a ball, and it connects to the scapula, the shoulder blade itself, which is a socket, like so. It becomes separated. So it's pulled out a little bit, not fully dislocated, mind you, but it's pulled out a little bit either outwards, forwards, or backwards. And you ask, well, why is that important? Well, what happens when you do that, because there's connective tissue inside the shoulder joint keeping it together, as we all know, we can't do this with our arm bone and completely separate it. So there's connective tissue in there keeping it together. And when you separate your shoulder, even though you're not fully dislocating it, you stress. You might rip or tear or stretch this connective tissue, and that's incredibly painful. So if you had a shoulder separation, even though it's exceedingly rare for you to have surgery because of it, it can cause problems. Not only is it painful immediately, but because of the tearing and the stretching of the connective tissue, you can actually be set up in the future for further dislocations or further separations. That can impact your ability to work. It can impact your ability to recreate. Let's say you play basketball or baseball. It can impact your ability to even play with your kids or your grandkids. That's where the value of the claim comes in. That's where the value is important. Even though an insurance company is not going to care, they're going to say, well, you separated your shoulder, big deal, you feel better now. It's the value of the future possible complications that bring importance to the claim. That's where you need a lawyer